she did my hair and did not talk the whole time. Did not talk. Hi guys, it's Sierra from Dear Sierra, and today I am just venting and sharing my experiences with booking services, mostly hair services, with like IG stylists, Instagram stylists. Let me back up a little bit. I have a hairstylist. I found her, I think on Instagram like 3 years ago, maybe more, and she's great. She's fantastic. Love her. Found her on Instagram. She had a link to her scheduling site. If any of you guys are like in the 21st century and fairly young and are like getting like the young black girl hairstylist at the Black Girl Hairstylist, I'm sure you're aware of the website that's Acuity Scheduling. That's the site that a lot of Instagram hairstylists do. I don't want to call them Instagram hairstylists, but like people that I like, their Instagram is like their website, their promo page, besides like their scheduling page. So that's why I'm calling them Instagram stylists. Not saying like they only do hair for Instagram, but I'm saying that because like that's the avenue that most people find them from, or that's like kind of like where they build their clientele and their following and their like fans, so to speak. So that's gonna be what I'm gonna be referring to them as in this video. So I found my stylist, love her, still go to her to this day. For any like stuff on like my natural hair, as far as like getting a silk press or like getting a protein treatment or getting my hair washed and trimmed and all that kind of stuff, I go to her. But there are certain styles that she doesn't offer and certain styles that she doesn't do. So in that case, I do tend to kind of like explore who other people go to online to kind of see like who's the best recommended person. So that's kind of like my explanation for why I was looking in the first place. I'm not just like bouncing from person to person. It's just that like, you'll see in the video that like a lot of people, either they didn't work out or like they're not available, or this person doesn't do the style that I'm looking for or whatever. And this was kind of like a really heightened like last fall, because I was going on vacation and the hairstyle that I really wanted, my hairstylist just does not offer. It's not something that she currently like has on her website to be booked. It's not something that I've seen her do before. Not that I don't think that she would be amazing at it, I think she would be, but it's not a style that she offers. So I wasn't like being disloyal or anything. I was going to look for someone that offered the style that I was looking for, and also she happened to be booked at the moment. Also, what are different factors? So that's kind of like my like disclaimer before going into this video. I have gone on Instagram a few times now looking for hairstylists, black hairstylists. A lot of them are popping on Instagram, and like a lot of times they have like all these followers, and I'm like, oh, okay, they have so many followers, so they must be like someone who has good work that people are like interested in, or people that think have good work, you know what I mean? And their likes adding up to their work is a whole different thing, but I try to like kind of like peep that as well. But basically, you go into their Instagram profile, you scroll through their pictures, you like what you see a hairstyle, you see a hairstyle that you like, or something similar, or something that you probably didn't even know that you were looking for until you saw it, and you want to reach out to them and schedule. So then you click the link in their bio to go to their booking site, which is usually acuity.com, Acuity Scheduling, or sometimes it can be Stylists and stuff like that. It's like 8 times out of 10 it's going to be Acuity. Some of them don't even have a booking website. They just say DM me to book, or they'll say like text this number to book, which I feel like that's not as professional. And it's hard to be like organized that way if you don't have a booking site, but that's neither here nor there. So you go to the website, and then typically the first thing you'll see is like a long paragraph of like their policies, or like what their rules are, or like a little bit of background on like how they got their start in hair and stuff like that. Sometimes they won't even say like what their credentials are, which I would say to be wary of, but a lot of people just think like, oh, well, like you see my numbers, you see my following, you see my photos, you don't need to know my credentials, kind of thing. But you go to their website, you see their policies. Some have like paragraphs on paragraphs on paragraphs, which is very interesting, and some just have like little blurbs and bullet points, stuff like that. The very first thing is typically going to be what the deposit is. The deposits range so much. My stylist, she doesn't even take deposits for most of her appointments unless it's like a wig service or something that's like a little bit more timely, or like something that's like a little more custom like that. But like for typical services, I don't have to usually pay a deposit. But you'll see these girls will have deposits listed. I've seen someone be like, the deposit is $27, like an odd non-rounded number like that. The deposit is, I've seen anywhere from $5 to, not $5, I've seen anywhere from $10 deposit to like even like $50 deposits. And the thing with the deposits is some of the stylists will say, well, I think all of them are like, the deposit is non-refundable, which that part I understand, because I understand like you need a deposit because people will cancel or just no show or whatever, and that's like your time that's been wasted because now they no showed and you don't have time to book somebody else in that time to fill up that time for you to get paid. I used to work in a hair salon, a white hair salon, as a receptionist, and we had a deposit that we would require. And I believe it was non-refundable as well. So I understand that. I worked in a mental health office and we began taking deposits towards my end of my time there. And those were non-refundable, which is a little bit more questionable. That's a whole different story. But I understand the concept of deposits. I understand them not being refundable. That's fair usually. Then I've seen people that have said the deposit doesn't go towards your service. That's a new one. So they'll say the deposit is $30. It's non-refundable. Okay, fine. But it's also not gonna go towards your service. So the deposit is just for me to have this money, and when you come to me, you're still gonna pay the full rate for your service and your tip, and your deposit doesn't get applied to any of that number of that cost. That is outrageous to me, like absolutely outrageous to me, to not take the deposit and apply it to the service. I saw this happen on a few different hair pages. I saw this happen actually with the makeup artist that I have booked for my New Year's Eve makeup look. Don't quote me, but I'm almost positive that her deposit was not applicable to like the actual service. And on top of that, I booked with her in like October or something, like late October for December. And then like late November, she decided all of a sudden that she wanted to make a holiday deposit. So if you were having services done by her on actually the actual like holiday date, which I guess New Year's Eve is a holiday, that she was gonna charge an extra holiday service fee. She posted that weeks after I booked my appointment, but then she hit me with a text message and was like, hey, just so you know, I recently announced that anyone that books for holidays does have to pay blah 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 holiday fee. And I wanted to text her back with the attitude and be like, you just decided that this week, but I booked all the way back here, so how are you gonna like implement a rule that like is gonna be like retrospective? And I wanted to like kind of challenge her on that, but I was just like, whatever, it's New Year's Eve, fine, like here's your extra whatever. And I think it was an extra $30 on top of the deposit that I already made. So I gave her a good chunk of change. I think I gave her like, I don't know, I gave her over $50 for a deposit, and I don't believe that deposit, I think the original deposit did go towards my service, but the holiday service fee deposit did not go towards my service at all, which is crazy. I've literally seen stylists say, this is for hairstylists specifically, they'll say like in their policies or in their requirements, you need to come photo ready. So you need to like already have your makeup done, have on like some kind of flattering clothing that you're okay being photographed in, because when I finish doing your hair, I'm taking your picture and I'm posting it to Instagram, which is, I understand building a portfolio and having pictures, but if I come with no makeup, if I come with my eyebrows unkempt, if I haven't got whatever, and you do my hair, then just take the photo and focus on my hair, like, but you want me to be like looking like a model when I show up to your appointment so that you can take photos and look professional. I'm not with that at all, because you can't demand someone come to an appointment with makeup. Also, well, I guess this goes into my next point, because I was gonna say, if I come with a full face of makeup, but then you're gonna be washing my hair, splashing water, doing this, slapping product on my forehead, whatever, then that's not gonna look cute and my makeup's gonna be messed up. But a lot of these girls don't even offer shampoo or blow dry. One more thing about like the come photo ready thing is, like, if I'm having an appointment, my appointment's at 7 a.m., my appointment's at 7 p.m. after a long day of work or whatever, I had errands that day, whatever, whether I was off of work or not, and I like have other things going on in my life, I'm not taking out a chunk of my schedule to beat my face to the gods so that I can sit in your chair for 5 hours and then you snap pictures. And I've also gone to hairstylists where they don't take your picture at all. And I used to get like offended, like with my hairstylist that I go to repeatedly. I'm like, dang, she didn't have a picture this week. Like, why did she take my picture? But it's just like a busy thing or whatever. But it's just really weird, because it's like, what if I do come photo ready and then you decide you're not taking my picture that day, and then I wasted, I don't know, whatever. Bouncing back over to the shampoo thing, there are so many people that will say, I don't do shampoo, come washed and blow dried, no product in your hair. That's also another thing when it comes to scheduling, because it's like, if my appointment is on a Saturday morning and I'm gonna wake up, take a shower, and go straight there in my sweats and just sit in your chair and cool, yeah, I could wash my hair in the shower and then come straight to your salon and get my hair done. That's cool, like whatever. But if you're asking me to come with my hair washed and blow dried, no product, but my appointment is at Monday at 6 p.m. and I got off of work at 4 p.m., you want me to go to work with my hair washed and blow dried with no product? No, I'm gonna have to put some edge gel on, I'm gonna have to put it in a bun, I'm gonna have to do some heat protect. Like, if I'm gonna be going out into the world all day long, I'm gonna have product in my hair. My hair is not gonna be freshly the cleanest of the clean. And I'm supposed to show up to your appointment and then you're gonna be like, oh, you have product in your hair. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, because I put gel in my hair this morning because I had to be out in the world and be presentable. If I just blow dried my hair and it's not to your liking, oh, this isn't blow dried enough. Like, I'm not a professional. I don't have professional hair tools. I'm not going out and buying $300 blow dryers and attachments because my hair isn't blow dried enough for you, the professional, to do my hair. That's just weird to me. But one of the biggest perks of going to get your hair done is like, yes, somebody else is gonna wash my hair. Somebody else is gonna dig their hands into my scalp. Like, it feels so much better when you're not the person actually doing it. Like, since when can I not do that anymore? Most of them do this because they are not licensed to shampoo, or they're not licensed to use chemicals, which I didn't learn that till later, but someone in Maryland actually told me that. She's like, yeah, a lot of these people, and Maryland has different hair laws than Virginia. And a lot of the girls that do black hair, you have to go to Maryland a lot of the times. But a lot of them, they aren't licensed, or they're not like licensed with like whatever like the cosmetology board is. So they're not allowed to use chemicals. They can't legally like wash your hair, put a, I don't know, deep conditioner in there, put a relaxer in there, put hair dye in there, whatever. So that's more than likely the reason why they're asking that, or it could just be a time crunch kind of thing, which I understand. Even my own stylist, who I love and respect so much, certain services that she offers, there isn't a shampoo and blow dry built into it because it's set for an allotted amount of time for her to do X, Y, and Z service. But if you want a shampoo and blow dry, she has a sink in her salon. Like, she has the stuff there to do a shampoo. You just need to book the extra time for it. So if I wanted to get spring twists, and spring twists take 5 hours, but I also want a shampoo and blow dry, which would take, I don't know, 45 minutes. I'm just making a guess. But she only has 5 hours on her schedule for me to book. I'm gonna try to go and book it. It's not gonna be available, and I'm like, okay, that's on me. It's not enough time, so I'll wash my hair at home, kind of thing. But if she's like refusing to even offer shampoo and blow dry, that's where I have a problem, because it's like, if you're gonna be the one doing my hairstyle, wouldn't you want to know and trust that it's to its cleanest and to like its preferred blow dry texture or health or whatever before you start working on it? That's my whole thing. But what do I know? They'll even say on their policy page like, oh, like if you come with your hair not shampooed, not blow dried, then you're gonna be sent home. I mean, that's never happened to me before because I've never like gone and not done that, and I haven't gone to many people, but it's just like really interesting. Only one person has been honest that I've seen on their profile, and they've said like, hey guys, the reason that I don't offer shampoo, it's because the studio that I'm renting out right now doesn't have a sink in here, so I physically can't wash your hair. I hope to eventually move to a new studio, move to a new salon where I have access to a sink, and I can maybe offer that service for you guys. And I appreciated that honesty, and like being forthcoming, and like say like, before you guys even ask, let me tell you this is why. I appreciated that. I also say like, I would like to know that I'm going to someone's home before I show up to their home. There's been certain ones where certain profiles where it will say like, oh, like you'll find out the address. That's usually a telltale sign, by the way. They'll say like, oh, you'll find out the address of the appointment before your appointment happens. So like, you book the appointment, it'll say like District Heights, Maryland, but it won't say like the address or street, nothing. And they're like, oh, we'll email you or text you the address when it gets closer to your appointment date. And I'm like, you're probably saying that because it's your home and you don't want people showing up at your home. Which I didn't put two and two together until much later in the experience. But my very, very, very first time going to someone to get my hair done off of Instagram was, I think, in like early 2018. And she had like an address listed and everything, and I'm thinking that I'm going to a salon because like the address is right there. I didn't like Google Maps it and like look at the 3D view. I was just like, okay, the address is there. My appointment's in 2 weeks. Cool, boom. I know how much time it'll take me to get there because of the GPS, whatever. I get there and it's a house. It's different when you're like growing up and you're a little kid and your mom's taking you to Cheryl's house and she's gonna do your hair because y'all know each other and like whatever. It's just kind of a thing. But when you're going to a stranger's house, it's like, okay, I would have liked to know that I was coming into like a very intimate space. I was gonna be parking in residential parking. And I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but it's just like, I would like to know before I show up or before I'm driving to the appointment that, hey, you're gonna be in my house. I have limited space, whatever. There will be people that say like, don't bring any extra guests. That's understandable because even pre-COVID, that's understandable because even if it wasn't in someone's home, there's still only so much space and like that's extra people, extra distractions, extra potential drama, whatever. So I get that, but and y'all might not agree with me, but I personally would like to, I would wish that they would be more upfront saying, hey, I do my work out of my home for the time being. Like I don't need like a whole life story explanation, but just like something so it's like, I don't think I'm pulling up to a salon and then like the GPS says I'm 2 minutes away and I'm noticing, oh, there's only houses around here. Like, oh, okay, we're going to our house, cool. Especially if there's gonna be other people in the house, like kids or grown men walking around, whatever. I always like to know beforehand to know like what kind of environment I'm gonna be in. But I might be weird for saying that. So if y'all disagree, that's fine. A lot of these, more recently, they do not speak. So I went to a girl to get my hair done before my vacation in October, which was not she was like the third person I had to go through because my first person completely ghosted me, which is a whole other story. That was like a very supposedly popular / viral DMV hairstylist that just like took my deposit and ghosted me, whatever. So I had to like go to a backup and then go to a backup of the backup. So I went to this girl to get my hair done and we did not talk the whole appointment. So first of all, I went to her house. She ended up getting sick, so we had to reschedule for the next day. I had to drive there, drive home, drive all the way back the next day. And then like, I didn't know how old she was exactly because on her Instagram, there was no photos of herself until I went to her personal page. It's a whole story. But basically, I wasn't sure exactly how old she was, but I knew that she lived at home with her mom and like her siblings. And she did not speak the whole appointment. Like I tried to like, oh, so how long have you been doing hair? Like, you know, whatever. And she would answer my questions, but like she wouldn't keep the conversation going past that. And I think my hair for that appointment took like 4 hours maybe. And she did not speak. And I wanted to keep talking to her, but I was like, all right, like this is your business. This is your reputation. This is your like rapport that you're trying to build. I'm not gonna force you to keep talking to me kind of thing. Did not speak. She blasted music, which is, I mean, I get like having music in the background for like a vibe or whatever. It's gonna be completely silent like that. I'm like, damn, can we at least like watch a TV show or something? Like, damn. But she did my hair and did not talk the whole time. Did not talk. I like was on my phone, but I felt bad because I just like, I don't know, like I have a different set of like social, I guess like manners, I guess. So I was like, I don't want to be on my phone because like even though she didn't think it was rude, I perceived it as me being rude. So I try not to like be like on my phone the whole time because you don't have your head down when someone's trying to do your hair. But she did not talk the whole time. Unless I talked to her or unless she was like, hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta go grab this thing or something like that. But she didn't talk for 4 hours. And we just listened to, I don't know, Pandora at like 30 volume on her TV that was like 4 feet away from my face, blasting music the whole time. And that's happened before too, not just that one instance. There's been other instances where they just don't speak and it's like almost like they're offended that you're, or like they're like caught off guard that you are trying to talk to them. And it's like, but you're on Instagram, you present this image of like being so social. I get it, like it's a new era where like people are more social online than they maybe are in person, especially with the younger aged ones. But like it's just weird. Like I went to the girl's house to get my makeup done. She was in a house and I knew she was gonna be in a house, but like I was on the sidewalk. I didn't want to be like right on her front porch in the door, so they gave it some space and waited for her to come to the door to greet me. I don't want to be like hovering at her front door. So I was a few steps away on the sidewalk and then she comes to the door. She like kind of just like, hey, and like barely like waves me in, basically, like barely speaks. So I'm coming into your home. So I'm like, so when I get through like the threshold of the door, I'm like, hey, how are you? And she's like, oh, good, how are you? But it was almost like she was like shocked and like taken aback, like, why are you saying, hey, how are you? You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, we're about to be in each other's face for like at least 2 hours. You do my makeup or whatever. We're about to be in each other's face and like, I can't say, hey, how are you? Like, it was almost like she was like offended or like bothered that I was like speaking to her. it took her a while to like start talking, and then like it died back down, and then I would like try to get her to talk again a little bit here and there. I mean, when you're doing your makeup, it's a little bit different because like you want your face to be still and like not be moving around so much. But even with her, she didn't really care to talk. And jumping off of that point, it's like, not only did you not care to speak, but it's like a lot of them now don't really care if they build rapport with you, don't really care if you're a returning person. Like, they don't care, like, this is my first time finding you. Like, I found you, obviously, like, something about your page or something about, like, a review or a recommendation made me want to come to you and give you my money, and trust you with my hair, trust you with my face, whatever. And you don't even care to, like, talk to me enough or, like, build a relationship with me so that I will come back and keep giving you money. Like, you don't really care if I ever return to you, kind of thing. A lot of them are super young, which like is great. I think it's awesome. Like, the sooner and younger you start making money for yourself and stuff like that, that's amazing. There was one girl, I didn't end up going to her, but like I saw her profile and she was 15 years old, and she was like doing hair, so clearly she was doing it at home because she's 15. But like, I was like, that's like so admirable that she's 15 doing it. But it's like, on the other token of that, it's like, yeah, like, so sooner you start getting money, the better. Like, that's awesome to like be already having your business so young and everything, especially if you're doing it the right way. But you don't really have any business sense. You're just like, oh, like, I can do this, I can get my money, I can flex on Instagram, I can like pop my shit, I can type these little saucy ass captions and stuff like that. Like, a lot of these people, like, I see their captions on Instagram, I see their photos or whatever, and obviously it's photos of their clients, usually not photos of themselves. You think you're texting or scheduling with someone that's like a business owner or a professional or whatever, and then you meet them and there's like a kid that has no social skills and that has no desire to build those social skills. They want you to sit in the chair and let them take the boomerangs and put the audio over the video and all that kind of stuff, but then avoid eye contact with you and not talk to you and like whatever kind of thing. I don't know. Last thing is the cancellation policies. I'm all for a good cancellation policy, right? Like, I understand that it protects the person that's providing a service. I went back to the whole deposit thing, but my hang up is when you have a cancellation policy that's like airtight, secure, but you're not even following it yourself. If you are 7 minutes and 12 seconds late, your appointment will be canceled and you will be banned from ever booking on my website ever again. Stuff like that, like threatening people to ban them from booking again and blah, blah, whatever. These very like arbitrary like numbers of like, you can't be more than 4 minutes late. You have a 4-minute grace period, and then at 6 minutes it's a warning, and at 8 minutes there's a $10 fee, and at 10 minutes it's canceled, or stuff like, I'm not even exaggerating. Life happens. I understand it's probably from like being like, people have gotten over on you so many times you feel like you need to implement this now, but also like, y'all are the same people, the stylists, I mean, that will not show up to an appointment on time, or you'll be on the phone for 20 minutes, or you'll tell me to come at 4 o'clock and then I get there at 4 o'clock and you're still doing someone else's hair and I have to wait till 4:45 or like whatever. Just like no sense of like mutual respect in that sense. And also, like, I do live in the DMV. I don't want to blame everything on traffic because obviously you live here long enough, you know how to work around it, you know how to like factor in that time when you're planning to get places. So I get the whole like, okay, you're an adult, figure it out kind of thing, but also it's like, you never know what could happen out here. It's a very congested area. Car accidents, traffic, whatever, someone getting sick. I had a stylist get sick on me, not physically getting sick on me, but I had a stylist get sick when I was already there physically at the appointment and I had to leave and come back the next day. Imagine if it was the other way around, I wouldn't have had like that same grace, you know what I mean? So it's so like hypocritical at times. From what I've read anyway, I feel like this may come off as just me complaining. It's not directed at any one person, obviously, because I've seen many a profile, I've seen many a policy page in my day. So these are some of the things that I noticed that are like recurring themes. I know I'm the person that feels this way because I've seen other videos and comments about it and stuff like that. And a lot of times I have seen stylists clap back about the comments and complaints people make about them. Some of them are valid, some of them are not. I feel like everything should be kind of, it's hard to treat giving a case-by-case basis because you want to run a business and be fair to everyone, or be like as strict with everyone as you are with the next person. But at the same time, like, we're human and like we're both benefiting. Like, I'm getting a service done that I want done, and you're getting money, and you're getting exposure, and you're getting a recommendation. I might say she was amazing and go tell 10 people that you were amazing, kind of thing. I feel like it should be more of a relationship than what it currently is. And a little bit more reciprocating kind of all around. But I'm not really making this video about suggestions. I'm just making this video about the things that I see wrong maybe we can cover suggestions in another video. I don't know, that's not really like my area of expertise, but I'm just airing my grievances. But that is just me venting a little bit. Something a little bit different. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. I will talk to you guys in another video.